I'm Jill and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'll be making a tequila lime salsa. Our ingredients will start off, of course, with the most important ingredient in salsa, which is tomatoes. So you want about 4 medium-sized tomatoes, and what's in season right now is vine ripened, so that's what I'm using. You also want about 1/4 cup of fresh cilantro. This really gives the salsa its bite. You'll also want 1 shallot, and if it's a large shallot, maybe cut that in half. 1 clove of garlic, 1 jalapeno pepper, and if you don't really like hot salsa, you can always cut the pepper in half, and remember, don't add the seeds. If you want to add the seeds, the salsa will be more hot. I'm also going to use the juice of 1 lime and 1 tablespoon of tequila. So I'll start off by just giving my ingredients a rough chop. And you know, sometimes when you make a fresh salsa, people like it chunky. But what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to run everything in the food processor, because I do like to have more of a saucy salsa. But it's up to you. This recipe is just as good if you leave it chunky. It's just as good. Alright, so I'm just going to add half of this shallot because it was a large shallot. And again, just give everything a rough chop because the food processor will basically do all of the work for you, but you don't want to put anything in whole. I'm going to use the whole jalapeno with seeds because I like my salsa hot. That smell. It's going to be a good one, I can tell. Alright, and last but not least, go in the tomatoes. So I'm just going to cut those. And really, tomatoes are very, very tender, so you really only have to cut them in half. And what's great about this salsa is the tequila, of course. It gives the salsa a really, really good flavor. It's kind of like when you taste the salsa, you just say, what is that? Well, that's the tequila. And of course, if you don't like alcohol, and this is really a minimal amount, but if you don't want it in there, you don't have to put it. Alright, so that's all my processor can fit for now, so that's what we're going to use. And I've just heated this lime up in the microwave because I find it really easy to juice when it is microwaved for about 10 seconds. And that's not gonna, you're not gonna compromise any flavor if you microwave it. See how easy that juice is? Alright, we want to get all of the lime in there. That's what gives it its tangy, citrusy flavor. And for spices, we're just going to use salt. And really, we're only going to use 1 to 2 teaspoons of salt. So I'll put in 2 teaspoons, 1.5 maybe, and then I'll taste it. Next goes in the tequila. So that's just 1 tablespoon of tequila. And you want to use silver tequila because that's really what's good with all the other flavors, the tomato flavor. Alright, it's ready. So I'm just going to process this. It shouldn't take too long. And then we'll be done. The salsa is done and it's at the consistency that I'd like it to be, which is still chunky, but a fine chunky. So let's get it off the food processor and pour it into the bowl. And you can see all of those good tomato chunks are still there, and you can see the green flecks from the cilantro. Alright, let's taste it. That's really, really good. The difference between this and store-bought salsa is that all of these ingredients are so fresh, you can taste each ingredient that you've added. and it's just so dynamic. Everybody's gonna love this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.